So our second question, it is private sector investment in infrastructure is facing several headwinds. Analyze and also suggest solution to pick up private sector investment. So important it is infrastructure facing several headwinds and analyze the solution, problem and solution. You can write here. A best answer now you find in club written. Here. Private sector investment has played a central role in accelerating growth in India since economic reforms 1991. However, it has declined sharply in recent years in terms of share of investment from 37% to below 25%. Please remember, it has declined sharply in recent years in terms of share of investment from 37% to below 25% in fiscal 2018. Role of private investment. So private players provide technology and financial support, and Delhi Metro and Hyderabad Metro based on engineering, procurement, construction. Hyderabad and Delhi Metro based on engineering, procurement, construction, public-private partnership (PPP) model respectively have increased the connectivity and growth, and TOL operate transfer and hybrid annuity model have developed. India, so to operate transfer and hybrid annuity model have helped to India to increase density of quality highway and roads. It has boost the interstate trade. India's aviation market is expanding the fastest pace in the world. Please remember, it is mainly aviation market. Reason behind the shortfall in private sector investment. First is the old PPP model, especially in power and telecom sector, and it is mainly age old PPP model. Installed project, a delay in the land and forest clearances, investment related disputes are pending in courts, twin balance sheet problem, a debt accumulation on companies, and therefore growing NPA of banks are worsening the investment. Twin balance sheet problem, data accumulation of companies, and therefore growing NPA of banks and are worsening the investments, and sluggish power sector due to huge debt in distribution companies with stressed power plants and weak demands. Sluggish power sector due to huge debt in distribution companies, stressed power plants are weak demand, and crowding out effect due to high degree of control by the government. The PPP model is not giving threats in railway sector. Please remember, way ahead, way ahead, the recommendation of Kelkar Committee reform PPP model such as national level PPP institution and the framework. Please remember, way ahead. So the recommendation of Kelkar Committee to PPP model such as national level PPP institution and framework for negotiation and risk sharing etc. can be implemented. So please remember Kelkar Committee report of PPP of PPP model. Okay, and insolvency and bankruptcy code to improve the resolution process and ease of doing business, and to facilitate implementation of projects. Hybrid annuity model must be adopted. Public sector asset rehabilitation agency para will resolve on not only NPA problem but also bad debts of the companies, thus resolving TBS problem. Para public sector asset rehabilitation agency will resolve not only NPA problem but also bad debts of the company, thus resolving TBS problem. National Infrastructure Investment Fund to finance long-term infrastructure projects. If India has to achieve a double-digit GDP growth on a sustained basis, it must revive private investment. For this, the government must provide an investment-friendly environment. So here you can we can write. It can bring new technology, new ideas, technology, and innovation. However, there is lack of transparency, lack of fair and equal treatment. Potential bidders, BI Calcutta Committee also did not support Swiss model. Also, there is no legal framework for Swiss model. Challenge model to build railway stations so we can mention as a solution and promote private investment participation. Private sector participation in infrastructure projects. Every model has limitation, but after recognizing we can use it our own way. But there should be a legal and regulatory framework to avoid chronic capitalism, right? But based on a single case, we can't abandon the whole model. So, well-written private sector also overestimate profits due to wage, which in bidding they go on promising more, less time given to parties before bidding to prepare oil. Okay, this can be improved. Do right, but we need to focus on hurdles faced by private sector. The private sector, not about hurdles created by private sector as question demand. If you review my answer, I focused mainly on issues faced by private sector. And yes, your understanding is right. These over estimation occur due to the paucity of time, due to government. Sometime I will review. Sure, I will review. So here you can mention in tax few points you can add. Okay, in tax irregularities you can cite example of solar tariff, solar panel. In conclusion, can cite example comparator China to so focused on infrastructure, and can write something like infrastructure in the root of tree. Okay, which prospers rate growth and development. And Navin Goda, right? Think once. Examiner don't read full 4 pages in detail. Better use some flowchart figure. Very well written and structure. Okay, and okay, please, okay. Hi, all points are easy to understand. Plus titles under headwinds. It explains the problem. So overall good answer. Okay, private sector not needed. Rather, more stress can be given on solution. So now is seen all the comments. So thank you.